clutter happens when we don't have a clear system for organizing our space. Add on top of that a busy lifestyle plus emotional attachment to items and you end up with this. Today I'm going to turn this space into a coffee nook and organize this mess, or at the very least hide it a bit better. So let me show you. First things first, I need a place to organize this stuff better. This space was supposed to be a small desk area to pull up a chair and do some homework or something like that, but that's not how we use it. This is where we keep our dog's bowls, which leaves wasted space under the countertop. This would be a perfect spot for a drawer. The first thing I need to do is build out this side a bit so that I can attach a drawer slide to it and it will clear the frame of this side panel. And that'll make some more sense in just a minute. For this I used some scrap plywood glued and brad nailed together. Then I could attach it to the inside of the side panel using glue and screws. And don't worry, I wiped up the glue squeeze out. Now on the other side, the support angle was sticking out just a little bit too far, so I needed to trim that back a bit. I made some marks using my combination square and sliced this bit off using my multi-tool. And a quick test of the drawer face proved to be flush with the side panel frame. Now time to make the drawer itself. For this I'm using 3/4 inch plywood ripped to width at the table saw and cut to length at the miter saw. Now there are so many different ways that you can join these pieces together, including dados and rabbets, miter joints, finger joints, and the list goes on. Personally, I almost always stick to a butt joint that's glued and brad nailed together. This hasn't failed me yet. Just apply some glue to the edge, butt them up together, and shoot in some brad nails. For the bottom of the drawer, I didn't have a piece of plywood on hand big enough to cover the entire bottom, so I needed to get a little bit creative with some scraps. But I'm not too worried with the seams because those will be somewhat hidden later on in the build. As for the bottom, I attached it the same way, just using glue and brad nails. Now you could always add some screws for added strength if you want to, but I didn't end up doing that. Back inside I could mount the drawer slides. I first attached them to the side panel and the support angle on the nook. Then I could test fit the drawer, make some marks, and install the other half of the drawer slide on the drawer itself. And there are a bunch of tools and jigs out there that help make this process a breeze, especially if you're doing multiple sets of slides, but taking your time to measure correctly works out as well. With a quick test fit, it looks like I measured correctly. Then I temporarily attached the drawer face to check for fitment, and that seemed to fit nicely as well. Back out in the shop, I could take the drawer face off, give it a quick sanding, and apply a stain to match the side panel. I used a satin clear polyacrylic as the top coat, then reattached it to the drawer and brought it back inside. With the drawer in place, we just needed a way to pull it out. At first we tried one big handle, but it just looked kind of weird, so instead we went with two normal sized handles spaced evenly. And if you're wondering how I install these handles by making some marks and then connecting the dots, I have an entire video showing just how to do that, so check that out after finishing this video of course, but it's a simple trick that I picked up from Jimmy Dresta like a while back. Awesome, so now we have a drawer and we can just shove all the junk in there. Not quite yet. Earlier I mentioned that the drawer bottom seams would be hidden, and that's where the Gridfinity system comes into play. In its simplest form, Gridfinity is a 3D printed system of customizable base plates and containers that kind of lock together, allowing for easy organization and flexibility in how you store items. I printed off a bunch of these base plates and glued them to the bottom of the drawer using CA glue, and as you can see, the grid hides the seam pretty well. Then I created some custom Gridfinity containers to hold different items in the drawer. And if you're thinking to yourself, well that's cool and all, but I just don't know how to create all these customized grids and containers, let me just tell you that there are a ton of them out there already. In fact, on a pretty popular 3D printing website, there's a page dedicated to only Gridfinity items. So chances are if you find an item in your house that you want to store within the Gridfinity system, somebody has already made a customized solution for that. So go and check that out. Now, once again, I'm definitely not trying to make you click off of this video, but this next process I've already created a dedicated video for. Again, I found that this is the easiest way to create simple floating shelves. Essentially, you make a bracket with some fingers coming from it, then create a hollow 5-sided box to slide over the bracket on the wall. So if you're interested in making some floating shelves like this, they're super simple. Go check that video out, of course, after watching this video. When it came to attaching the brackets on the wall, I used a stud finder to locate some studs, then leveled those brackets and drove in some screws, staggering them a bit for some aesthetics. And you might notice on the top bracket, it's installed pretty close to the side wall, so I had to use a scrap piece of plywood to space it off that adjacent wall, just allowing enough room for the shelf to slide on the bracket. Alright, so we got the new drawer, the shelves, but something's missing. Ah, that's right, the coffee maker. As I set up the coffee maker and add the final touches of decor, let me just say how simple yet transformative this project has been. What once was a cluttered surface that you hope your guests wouldn't notice has now become a charming coffee station that invites everyone to enjoy the perfect cup of espresso. With that, thanks for watching.